When I joined the CIA, I thought I was going to be this amazing spy. I'm just the same boring person I was before.
You play it too safe.
I just hear my mom's voice. Give up on your dreams, Susan. Just to write that in my lunchbox.
Melissa McCarthy, man, it depends on what week Melissa McCarthy comes at me. I don't know what to think. You know, I see her big ass tripping and falling all over the place and bouncing all over the walls and, you know, doing that fat thing. And I'm like, you know, I'm tired of this. But then she'll come out with a performance and I'll be like, wow. I'm
impressed. Like, oh, yeah, she actually is talented.
Yeah.
You know, when some people give her a chance.
Yeah, that's why I get upset with her. Girl, you are more than the fat chick. You know?
You are not the female Kevin James.
No.
Don't let them do that to you.
No,
that's an insult, Martin.
Yeah.
At least say Chris Farley.
Yeah, next thing you know, we're going to be seeing your ass in Paul Blart 3. You're going to be the love because y'all going to be riding those segways together hand in hand.
As they scrape the ground.
As they scrape the ground. Creating sparks and shit. Look like them fucking segways got ground effects on them and stuff. But no, girl, you are better than the fat girl. I've always said that. And I saw the trailer for this movie, Spy, right here, and I said, God damn.
There she goes again.
Here we go again. Like I said, the girl always surprises me, though. Do we have the same shtick that she does? This is Melissa McCarthy actually owning up to the talent that I think that she has. Well, in this film right here, like I said, if you've seen the trailer for it, you've seen her play this woman. Her name is Susan Cooper. Now, Susan, she trained for the CIA. And when she was doing that, she was thinking, you know something, this is not going to be just another cubicle desk job. This is going to be exciting. It's the CIA. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that's just what they did. They put her ass. You know, you ain't good looking enough to even be on the first floor. We putting your ass in the basement, and
it's like the X-Men. Like if you're a mutant, you can be a mutant, but you can't join the X-Men unless you're good looking.
Yeah, you can't. No, you got.
Otherwise, you better go on over there with Magneto.
With the Morlocks and shit. Yeah. They give your ass a bad name, the Morlocks. So that's what she is, Tommy.
That's the #1 rule of a spy. You gotta be sexy.
You gotta be sexy. So when you looking like this chick right here, stuffing your face every time they see you and shit, you are the Morlocks of the CIA. So they put her down in the basement. But her role is very important. You have Bradley Fine, who is pretty much an American James Bond, and without her, he would be nothing. She's the one that pretty much gets his back every time. He'd be dead.
Yeah, she's in his ear.
Now, Mr. Fine is on a big high-profile case to stop, as with usual spy movies, a nuclear missile from falling into the hands of terrorists. But when the mission takes an unexpected turn, she has all the intel on this mission that he was on, and she's saying, look, I can do this. And so her boss says, you know what? You're right. You're the only one that really knows about this. The terrorists have the names of all of our agents, and God damn it, I got no choice but to put your ass out there.
Yeah, right.
It really was a reluctant thing.
Like the 7 guys we got, they know who they are.
Yeah.
They don't know you. You've been in this dungeon the whole time.
Yeah, and even if they did know you, they'd be like, no, ain't no fucking way you put her ass out there. Talking about this overweight Martha Stewart right here. Ain't no fucking way. Goddamn, Chris Farley with a wig on? No, that ain't happening. Now, as I said, you know something? That's been her thing, and I don't like fat shaming. I don't like using fat people as the butt of an easy joke, but that's what she does. And so she often does that thing where she's like, oh, look at me. I'm a fat girl. I eat a lot and I fall down and do roly-poly shit on the floor. And I tell you, you can drop your fat ass on the floor as many times you like, roll around like a fucking walrus, and I will look at you and uncomfortably walk away because I just don't find.
Yeah, I don't want to laugh at that.
Yeah, there's something about there's a lot of things that I think are funny that are not very PC. You know, I mean, y'all know me, but fat jokes are kind of the easy thing.
It's just demeaning.
Well,
yeah, it is.
Listen, I can take a fat joke or two. I can laugh at it. You can make anything funny, but when you rely on it all the time, it's like, man, okay, now you ruined it.
Yeah.
Like
hey, I'm a fat girl and I fell down. That's the joke right there. However, in this one, she does do this. Do that same thing right there. She has that same fat shtick, but only for a little bit, only for a very little bit. Because in this movie, she actually starts to become more of a badass as the movie goes on. And it's important for her to have that kind of that persona of the fat chick that's not threatening and is kind of funny, because the whole premise of the movie is like, this is somebody that you don't expect to be out in the field.
It's not so much about her being fat. It's about her being a schlub. I mean, she could have been, you know, just slightly overweight, or somebody who was just ugly. Just somebody who wasn't glamorous or sexy.
Yeah.
And had low self-confidence. And having them get out there. This could have been written for any other actress.
And you know what? And they play that up in the movie. And one thing I would give Melissa McCarthy is that she owns up to it and she plays that role well. And it's not so much Martin's Race. It's not so much like she's just fat and falling. It's like for a long time she has to play the unattractive woman, and they actually make her more unattractive throughout the movie. And it's funny because people just, it's mean-spirited some of this movie. Like, guys just drive by her, they whistle at other people, and they look at her and like, fuck you.
Felt the touch of a man.
Ciao bella, come sta?
Yeah, fuck you.
Oh, wow. It's the Italian version of Korey.
While I won't laugh at a fat joke, I will pass by a fat one and be like, whatever.
I gotta admit, that was the one part of that trailer that made me laugh.
Well, you know something, man? The thing with this is that, first of all, besides her, I mean, because she's a take charge kind of woman throughout the movie. They try to hold her down. They got her dressed up like a grandma and a cat lady. And they trying to hold her down. And she pretty much just starts taking shit into her own hands. But before that even happens in the film, one of the things about the movie that works is that it takes the premise of the spy, not even just the spy movie, but the spy spoof, and takes it up.
The super spy.
The super spy spoof, yeah, or parody, and takes it up a level because it does something I've never really seen before, and that is show you the more administrative side of being in the super agent business.
Yeah.
I mean, being out in the field is cool. And see, you see James Bond, and James Bond, he's doing the sexy stuff, but back at MI6, it's still like a European nightclub. They got sexy chicks walking around. Secretaries look hot.
Mini bars.
And man, not the CIA. CIA ain't got that kind of money. CIA, and if you do hire a British person, she's gonna be the female lurch. You know what I'm saying? I mean, all these people are sad because they work. It's a desk job, and it's cool to see like the desk job, the unsexy desk job, working and being also a partnership with the spy stuff, but. Don't think that because it's a CIA job, it's not off limits to the usual office politics. You get a bunch of women in an office somewhere, no matter how much they're saving the world, you get women in the office and they trying to stop a missile, but they still find the time to sit back and just talk shit and gossip about each other.
Oh, she's the worst. Look at her. She thinks she's so perfect, isn't she? Oh, hi, I'm Karen Walker.
Super spy.
Perfect hair. Perfect face. She probably cries herself to sleep every night.
I don't think she probably
does. And not like sort of cute little tears, like really sort of, silent kind of.
Girl, don't. That's one thing I didn't like about the movie. That one face right there. I was like, girl, don't make that face.
Well, because she has that British lack of a chin.
That's what it is. Yeah,
lack of a chin. And even Rose Byrne called her out. Called her some kind of big bird.
She called it's Miranda Hart, who's the British friend. She called her like a retarded big bird. And I was like, wow.
Everybody is harsh on each other in this movie.
The movie really is heartless. And look, you feeling sorry for her? It's like, oh, that's me looking like a British beaker from the Muppets. But they are all bitchy to each other.
Like a sort of upside down kidney bean. This is what I look like when I'm asleep.
Be quiet.
She won't know who we are, just so full of herself.
Hi. Hey, Nancy. Hi, Susan.
Hi.
All them bitches, man. Like, you want to feel sorry for Melissa McCarthy, but man, you full of shit too.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just what women do at the office.
It is.
Even when you're working for a handsome dude like Jude Law right here, and that's what I'm talking about. It's really refreshing to see them, take a mundane job and put it to a sexy job like what this guy does. And when you watch it, a lot of it is, okay, they're not spending the whole time making fun of Melissa McCarthy. I mean, you get to really see how useful she is, even behind the desk, to this guy right here. In fact, it kind of ruined James Bond for me because I was like, man, if you didn't have like the lonely cat lady behind the desk saving you, that's what's funny about it. Like, even a sexy chick, it's like it's the woman who wears the Christmas sweaters and shit.
Yeah, it's the woman who's actually on the phone when you call a sex line.
Yeah. You think it's the hot chick, but it's Melissa McCarthy, and she's actually wearing a cat sweater. It's funny to know that that's the chick behind this dude right here, because if it weren't for her, he'd be fucking dead.
In 10 minutes.
In 10 minutes, he'd be dead.
All right, fine. Stop at the door. Okay, you got a guard approaching. I'll tell you when. Now! Oh dear, did I forget to knock?
You've got SUVs approaching! Go to the dock!
Doc, excellent idea.
You see how lost he is?
Yeah, I know.
He's like, shit, where are you? These motherfuckers coming.
Mama.
Talk to me, girl. Talk to me.
Well, it's funny on shows like Criminal Minds and NCIS. They have that where they have the girl who's on the computer all the time in the earpiece.
Yeah.
And she's always either a fat girl but wears a lot of makeup and gothed out.
Yeah. But she's still kind of sexy, you know.
Kinda.
But with this, Martin, did you notice how in the beginning though? I mean, even though it seems like we're probably making fun of the movie, it's still a comedy, but it's on its own level and on its own in its own predictable super spy agent type thing, and then you forgive it for that because it is predictable, being that it's in a comedy. But did you notice how it was still kind of working as a legitimate spy film?
Well, here's the thing. This movie, much like Kingsman, what makes them work is that they have an actual respect for the spy genre. Like, I hate spy parodies because they always take it to the level of like, these aren't spies, these are superheroes or some kind of fantasy. But this actually played into like, hey, look, we know you like James Bond movies. We like them too. And we're not going to just make them look like they're idiocy. We're going to respect that and make it almost like one of those movies, but we're spinning it somewhat.
Yeah. I mean, there's no Skyfall or anything, but it's not without its narrow escapes and fun chases.
You can hotwire it!
I can't get to the wires.
Okay, then stay down and hold your ears!
How I hear your beautiful voice.
Stop being adorable and get down! Lock on coordinates 43.16547. Fire now!
Kaboom! I was in the theater, I'm like, yeah! Now I had to be like, oh shit, I'm watching Melissa McCarthy comedy. I actually thought this shit was like Spectre for a moment. You know? But yeah, I mean, you're right, man. It's respect for that genre. And the other reason why it works as a spy spoof is because it is fucking gory, man. It is violent. Yeah, y'all looking at this grandma right here, Melissa McCarthy dressed up in costume, and it's like, nah, man, it's legit. I mean, there's blood and gouging and bones breaking everywhere, and it gets to a point where she's doing a lot of it herself.
Well, even when she kills that one dude and she vomits all over the place.
Yeah, she throws up on a guy and she kills him. And they show the vomit in slow motion like the death was. And I was like, wow, this movie don't really give a shit.
Some of these deaths are just pretty gruesome, and the camera does not, the camera could cut away, but it pulls in and gets closer.
Oh
yeah.
wow.
Yeah. Like she fucked one dude up and you thought like, damn, that was bad. And they're like, oh god damn, when the camera went close, like, oh shit, man, I got it. All right. But and it's balanced out between, like I said, it's balanced out between the comedy, because that's how you accept it, man. They do have this good balance of violence, gory, bloody violence, and comedy. And a lot of it's like her falling down on stuff, but that stuff don't last for long.
Like her right there falling down, you go like, okay, there's a pratfall. That doesn't happen a whole lot.
No. And really when it happens, it's actually funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. And plus Melissa McCarthy, as she goes along, she starts to be a real ball-busting bitch, man. I mean, it's almost like I'm tired of y'all picking on me.
Right.
Nobody believed in me. I'm sick of this shit. I'm gonna do my own thing. And it gets to a point where she becomes like this other character because to keep her cover, but she just becomes that character after a while. She don't even like. She loses herself in that. And what were you gonna say? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say something that also works about this. It's like you watching this, you just want to grab everybody from Paul Blart and say, okay, look at that. Yeah. This is how you fucking do this right here. Yeah. Because the movie, it's got a real edge to it. I mean, between the cussing and the violence and all, but just even the humor, how vicious they are to each other, and how you have these characters come in where like, yeah, there's enough going on, like, a solid enough plot, for what it is.
Yeah.
And everybody who's a main character is funny. But then you have these ancillary characters who are consistently funny coming in. Mm-hmm. Jason Statham, man, that guy is a riot in this movie.
You know what?
He plays off like a caricature of what you see him as and everything. And
you know what? Can I just add something to that right there? Because y'all see that. Y'all see Jason Statham in the movie, and y'all are like, oh shit, he's the man in this. He's the number one agent they got.
You really think you're ready for the field? Leave the action to me.
No, he's fucking stupid. You see him doing all that tough guy shit there? He's dumb as fucking. And it's almost like he plays that better than when he's playing the tough guy in a movie.
He's the same ridiculous tough guy he is in all his other movies. It's just that this is the first movie that actually calls him out on it. And it's honest about it.
He looks dumb in that picture.
Because there's times when he's talking about, I did this. I jumped a motorcycle on fire. Everything he names, you're like, yeah, he did that in Crank. He did that in Crank. It's like he's that same guy.
That's right, man.
but just when it's said out loud in front of intellectual people, you like, yeah, that's all fucking stupid.
Yeah, Melissa McCarthy looks at him the same way I've been looking at him for years. She's just like, I don't think that's possible. I don't think you could do that. Even he starts to like listen to himself and is like, yeah, that's fucking dumb. You almost want to see him play that same character in every movie, but I will tell you, it's nice to see him come in and play a character and not take himself too seriously.
Well, he
plays it well.
The thing is, the guy, he is a good actor. But,
yeah,
he makes his money doing the dumb action movies, and he does it over and over and over. And it's like, you just want to pull him aside, like, man, seriously, this is all you're going to be ever known for. You got to stop at some point. Please don't do that. Okay, doing this, making fun of it, that's fine. Do that.
Yeah, I think he's even having an epiphany. I done some dumb shit, man. Like when he was listing that shit off in the movie, like I done this, he's like, oh wait a minute, what the fuck am I doing in my life? Oh boy. But
there's also this super horny Italian agent who's just, that guy was killing me.
Man, I wish I could name the guy. I don't have the guy's name.
I know he's in Shaun of the Dead.
Is he in Shaun of the Dead?
Yeah. He plays the roommate. He dies early, but
that's that guy. Yeah, it's a British dude. And I don't have a picture. I'm gonna have to find him. I'll post it up later. But there's a British dude who's playing an Italian guy, and he's just horny as fuck. And he does that shit where I laugh my ass off. He bet Melissa McCarthy like, hello, how you doing? She's like, the fuck you doing? But every time he turns a corner, he's putting his hand on the titty. He uses every excuse to bury his face in her ass. It's like, wow, man. And even just tells her, like, one day, I will fuck you. It's like, what the fuck is wrong with this dude?
He's like that dude you went to New Orleans, saw that.
Yeah, like that dude we went to New Orleans with who was trying to fuck everything.
Yeah, right.
Now imagine that black dude being an Italian dude in a spy movie.
I can.
Yeah.
Okay.
We talked about how people are being really crass and bitchy to each other, and it gets to a point where it's just a sparring match with people.
Pretty much,
what's her name?
Rose Byrne.
Rose Byrne plays the daughter of a terrorist, and she's trying to get this, she's trying to get this missile and sell it to the highest bidder, whatever. And you're watching, you're like, okay, you're a villain. That's cool. I get it. You got to be cold, but god damn, you ain't got to be that much of a bitch. Everything. Even when she can't be nice.
No.
Her name is Raina, I think, and even when she's trying to be nice, she's being shitty. There's a point where she tells Melissa McCarthy, she says, you saved my life. I appreciate that. I like you so much because you remind me of my mother. And Melissa McCarthy's like, oh, that's sweet. And everybody knows, no, this is going to take a wrong turn somewhere.
She was marvelous, but she was different. Eccentric, like you are. The moment I saw you standing there in that abortion of a dress, just as if to say, this is what I've got, world. It's hideous, but it's mine. This was her.
Hey, how'd you get that? I look amazing. Hello, doppelganger.
She was the only person I could ever trust.
Well, here's to your mom.
To my mother. And to you.
And here's to you. You may never be as wise as an owl, but you'll always be a hoot to me.
What a stupid toast.
That's the one time you like, yeah, I agree with her. That's the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard. It was like, yeah, she's like, really? Did you just say that shit? You know what's really fucked up about that scene? I'm looking at that picture of her mom. For those who are listening, she shows her a picture of her mom, and her mom is hideous. Her mom looks like a trailer park Romanian chain smoking grandma.
Yeah.
And that's not her mother. She just carries that picture around to fuck with people. She tells everybody, you remind me of my mother. You look like her here. That's some shit she got off the internet just to be mean to people. But she's the way those two go at each other in the movie, it's really funny. Bottom line is that this was a movie where I came into it, and given Melissa McCarthy's track record, I thought,
and the trailers don't look good.
And the trailers
no, they don't at all.
And it's Paul Feig. who I know a lot of people like Bridesmaids and a lot of his other movies. I haven't really been crazy about it. I don't like it either.
Yeah.
I'll tell you right now. Man, not only did I come in and was surprised at how funny this movie was, I was surprised at how consistently funny this movie was. I laughed through this whole fucking thing, man.
Okay, because I was like, the way you were talking the other day, like you gonna say something different. I was like, nah, I sat next to his ass the whole movie.
I know.
You were laughing the whole time.
Man, I saw you because the other Korey asked me the other day. He said, "So how was the movie when we came out of Spy?" And Martin is like, "Oh, it was good." And Korey looked at me and I was like, I ain't saying nothing. I saw Martin immediately like, "What the fuck?"
It's like, don't you even?
No, man. I'm gonna tell you something. As far as comedies go, yeah, there's a few things in there that I don't like. There's there's a few fart jokes in there that I could.
There's some lulls here.
There's some lulls here.
I mean, not many. That's the thing. Like whenever it would hit a lull. It was short, but I would get that feeling like, a lot of comedies do this. They have enough gas to get almost there, and then toward the end, the plot comes in, and there's no more jokes.
Yeah,
but this managed to have jokes all the way through.
Yeah, I would tell you one of my biggest complaints in this, and I'm sorry, I'm just going to say it again. This is Melissa McCarthy. She's always drawing attention to herself, saying, "I'm fat." Like I showed you a little while ago, everything that she's in, even when it's something as good as this, she's got to jump on something and she's got to fall down. Boop, 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 and there were parts in the movie. The thing I really didn't like about it was how, even for a comedy, how it just didn't adhere to the laws of physics.
Man, you always that always hangs you up.
In this particular case,
is it with the chase scene?
Melissa McCarthy.
I know.
She's chasing people who are athletic. People who could do triathlons.
People who have normal person's length legs.
Yeah, and she's fighting. Now I could take her in fight scenes. There are certain scenes where she's fighting, and that's a stretch right there. But then she does those chases where she's running after somebody, and those people get I'm talking about athletic ass people. They get a 2-minute head start on her, but yet because of her mutant power, she's always she's teleporting behind the next corner. She's always 1 second behind them. I'm like, there's no way your big ass be keeping up like that. It was when she hit the flight of stairs that I said, no fucking way.
I know.
There's a dude, he's 8 stories up, and she gets up there, she's like, oh no. And then a second later, she's like, gotcha. And I'm like, no, hell no.
I know. It's early on in the movie, and that caught me too. I mean, it made me think of that scene in Daredevil when he somehow outraced the limousine the way it was going, even where it was headed.
But that's fucking Daredevil. That's Daredevil.
That's Daredevil Super Spies. This is the same thing. I mean, I can call it out there. I'll call it out here. It's like that was something that, you're right. It was glaring enough to where it took me out of the movie, where I was like, come on, y'all. I'm here to buy this.
Yeah.
But you can't just sell me anything. If I open a suitcase and there's nothing in it but some term papers, I know it's not real money.
I would have actually accepted it. I would have accepted it when she's chasing people. You see her flipping all over cars and shit. I would have accepted it if she had caught the person. It would have at least been like, God damn, I'm tired. But no, she catch him. Makeup still good. She ain't breathing that hard. I ain't buying that. She talking about if that was. I could take Daredevil. That's Daredevil. Daredevil can do that shit.
No, he can't.
Daredevil can do that shit, man.
I buy that more than this.
I can buy that more than this. You talking about Daredevil.
They're the same price, if you ask me.
No, not.
Because people in the movies, nobody who runs ever gets tired. Like, even that dude, after running across the city and up a spiral flight of stairs, he should have been up there going, hey. I mean, her at the bottom, leaning against the wall, grabbing her side, and him up there going,
oh hell yeah. She should have been tired just looking at people run. Yeah. She should have said, fuck that.
That's my thing, watching fight scenes now, and nobody is tired. They're like,
yeah.
God damn, man, hold up a minute, hold up, wait.
Goddamn right, man. Melissa McCarthy should have said the first chase that she had to do, she was like, shit, abort mission, this shit's done.
I should have been drenched in sweat.
She just watched him run, and then blam, ooh, boom.
No, she wouldn't even been doing that. Fuck shit. Tired than motherfucking hell, Daredevil. I'm trying to keep a comparison between Daredevil and her. You got Daredevil, and then you got fucking Devil's Food Cake right here. You can't compare.
Now you doing the fat shaming. Come on.
Yeah, no, it ain't. No, it ain't. You know,
hey, they did just as much. It's the same amount of fighting. It's just she probably did more flips than him.
Hell, you know she was working up an appetite trying to chase these people. Shit. You know she ran by a Subway with just kind of like, fuck.
In Paris, man, come on.
Yeah, KFC. Then.
You mean Le Subway?
Le KFC. Y'all could use a bucket right now. But anyway, I enjoyed this movie a lot. If you couldn't tell already, I don't even know if I should say love, but it's close to it. I really enjoyed this movie, man, as far as going in and enjoying just a continuous laugh out loud and very good spy parody. Again, outside of her just trying to run after people, I guess my biggest complaint would be exactly what Martin said. It starts to sputter out near the end. It's not nearly as clever as it was in the beginning. That's another thing. She hanging onto a fucking helicopter. Yeah. And got Jason Statham on her too. Man, you know, not Martin. Come on now,
dude. That's part of the joke, though.
No, man.
No. Her running and chasing. That's part of the plot. That doesn't make sense. But here, that's part of the joke.
Man, that plane should have went down and exploded right there. That's a fucking anchor.
She ain't that heavy. Come on now. She's not.
It's a helicopter.
Yeah.
Helicopters can hold 8 people.
Yeah. But it can't hold her. That's 9 people.
Listen, she might be wide, but she's about 5 feet tall.
There was a part where the helicopter said, "Let go! I can't take you no more."
By the way, it's got my boy Bobby Cannavale in
here. Yeah, that's true. I tell you, man, it sputters out near the end, but it does have enough clever dialogue and enough jokes in there where the plot itself starts to kind of just wane. The jokes in the characters, they surprisingly, not as much as they were before, they surprisingly come back in, and they're the things that kind of keep it going. They're the ones that keep it from completely just washing out near the end. And because of that, I'm going to give this a full price. I like this movie a lot.
Well, goddamn.
She's like, you motherfucker, you better get this a full price. Whoop your ass.
Yeah, I agree with everything you're saying. I mean, it really is. It's probably the biggest surprise of the summer, if not the year, that not only was this movie good, but it was consistently funny. And even at times when it's like, all right, it's about to lose it. Nope, still got it. It's got enough things going on to where if something is starting to fade, they bring in the backup and it keeps it going. It feels like you're on a ride the whole time. It's not as funny as maybe like a 22 Jump Street, but outside of that, it's one of the funnier movies I've seen in a while.
I'll put it up there with 22 Jump Street.
I won't go that far.
Why not?
Because 22 Jump Street made me laugh so hard, I was hurting. I was having to hold myself. Like, I was hearing things where I was like, I can't believe I'm hearing something that's funny. This was like, wow, this is consistent, and I appreciate that. So yeah, I give it a low full price.
A low full price.
Mm-hmm.
A low full price. It's funny how you would argue with low and high when it comes to giving bullshit, but you quick to give that low, high, full price. Just give it a full price. Full price. Martin just gives it a full price.
I give it a low full price.
The man said low full price.
No, Corey, I say full price. That's what Martin gives it. You enjoyed this, man. I heard you laughing.
Yeah, I did laugh. I did.
You don't know what you mean. I'll talk for you. Martin gives it
Why
a full
would you
price.
argue over a low versus a regular? Why don't you give it a high full price then?
All right, I'll give it a high full price.
Why don't you give it a better than sex?
No, I would not do that.
Exactly.
Come on now. Ain't no
since you loved it so much.
Yeah.
No, I tell you, man. I
Coward.
No, I tell you, man, I love Melissa McCarthy in this, but I'm not ready to have sex with her just yet. I'm doing that ride, but hey.
Who are you?
You want me to have Cagney and Lacey explain it to you? Cagney's gonna come up your ass like a thunderbolt and chew off both your Swedish meatballs. You gonna cry?
I'm not gonna cry.
You're crying now!
I'm not.